Okay, so let's start. I moved it to the side and now I'm bringing it back. So I thought of doing a pocket. I don't want to lose any of this, so I'm going to turn this straight into a little pocket. Simple pocket. Before I do that, I'm going to trim this to size. So let's move that to the side and let's get this out. We're going to trim it to 12 inches. A little bit more if we can eke a little bit more out. No, we can't. It's going to be 12 inches. Alright, and then we could have a fold. I don't know why this has got this black piece. We could have a little bit of that, but I don't think I'm going to. The cover is 9.5 inches, so I'm going to cut this to that's my pencil on the floor. I'm going to cut this to 9.5 inches. I'm going to keep these little spotty pieces because these will come in really handy when we go to decorate. So there will not be notes for this. I'm just going to give you measurements as I go along. Because how do you put notes for a page when it's got no name? So this is going to have to be trimmed a snitchy bit because we do not want it to go over that fold L. So technically we should have cut it to say 9 3/8. I'm going to increase it to like 9 and a couple of 16 3/8, 3 6 7 16ths I think would be the way to go. Okay, so that's going to come in there. This one we are going to trim just to 12 inches or just under 12 inches because our pages are 12 inches. So we're going to also trim it to maybe have 11 7/8. Let's have a look and see how that looks. Okay, it's looking fab. So 11 7/8 is the way to go. And then this little guy we are going to trim to, it's an 8x8. Not really. Okay, it's 7 3/4. That's so weird. So basically we're just trimming off the name because it doesn't have a barcode, it doesn't have anything. Okay, and then I am going to get these scored. So this is for the inside cover, popping it on my scoreboard. So weird because it's 8 inches that way, but it's only 7 7/8. So we're going to score half an inch, turn 90 degrees. And we're going to score on the it will be 7 3/8 because you're missing a space. And then our pages, we cut our pages to 9.5 inches. So our page without the score is roughly 9 inches. So we are going to score at 8 7/8. Okay, you're going to have to be careful with this paper because it is not as thick as what I'm used to working with. So I just don't want to put my scoring tool. Okay, so it's going to go there and it's going to fit perfectly. Yeah, so 8 7/8 is absolutely fine. Okay, so we've got that. I'm not going to stick anything down yet. I'm just going to prep everything because you know me, I change my mind as I go all the time. So I might want to add some bits and pieces before I stick down. And I've got the most amazing stuff from Kim, the South African, I think she's a South African agent for Arden. So I've got like loads of bits and pieces that we're going to use, from dyes to rub-ons to Okay, so I just cleaned off that little bit there. Okay, so we're going to have a pocket there, and this page is going to be a fold like so. Then we're going to turn over. So that's front cover and page 1 sorted. This is page 2. So I'm going to cut these to 11 7/8. Both of them. And then I don't think I'm going to do every one with a fold, so I'm either going to do that over there like so, so is it me, but these yellow butterflies are going down, all the other butterflies are going up. Kind of like the idea of mixing these, but I would like that as the base so that we can use that for a photo mat. Alternatively, we can flip one, so we have 2 built-in photo mats, and then we have the butterflies, one with the yellow butterflies going down and one with them going up. Okay, I'm not going to do anything further there, I've just cut them. That will work for me. This next page is going to be our double page layout. This one is easy. We cut into 11 7/8. And we're cutting this one to 11 7/8. And then these 2 we are going to score. So this one we are scoring at 8 7/8. Okay, am I right? Yes. And this one, 8 7/8, we're going to score at 3 1/8. If my arithmetic is good. Okay, so 8 7/8 on this side, 3 1/8 on this side. So if I fold this like so, struggling with folding this paper a little bit. Okay, so that one's going to go there, and this one, it's got a really different texture to it, maybe a different weave. Okay, and this is going to give me a complete look, a beautiful double page layout. So that one's sorted, that one was easy. The whole idea of doing these large scale albums is that we can basically do full scrapbook pages on them. I don't know, there don't seem to be many people doing large scale albums. Everybody does the little ones, and I've done little ones for a very long time, so it's quite nice doing something a little bit different. Okay, we're on to the next page, and I'm wondering, I'm going to cut these 2. I'm wondering if we can do something a little bit different. So again, cutting to 11 7/8. See, if you had one this way, you would have a little flutter line coming over that side, and you could have a little flutter bar coming over there, which would give you quite a plain page to work on, which I quite like the idea. Let's leave that one for now and go on to this one, because we've got this double again, which I really love. I love the feeling of the double, and I love this side. So again, 11 7/8. 11 7/8. And I think I can safely come in and score this one. So 8 7/8. And this one is going to be 3 1/8. I do love the fold over. So the reason I haven't cut those other pages, I've got the paper put like just sitting there, is because I'm not too sure how I want to approach it. I don't want all the pages to just be flapped over and be exactly the same. Okay. Alright, so that's going in there. We almost want to have some movement with these. We want to have some bits and pieces of other stuff going on. So I'm kind of reluctant to do these two that are not, they have the gap, the 1/4 inch gap. I'm reluctant to just cut the paper because we want to put other bits and pieces in. So I'm not going to cut that one just yet. I do love the movement here and I love that. So I'm thinking, I love the butterflies. So let's cut this one, and we're going to cut this one flat, I think. So this one we cut into 12 inches because it's going on the cover. And then the cover is 9.5 inches, so I'm going to cut it to 9 3/8. Got a nice dots, some dots there. And I'm going to pop that on that side. And this one I'm thinking, this one we cut into 11 7/8 again because it's going onto a page. And I'm thinking this one would be nice with some sort of belly band style or... Okay, so I'm not going to cut any further over there. Don't know if I like the brown on there. So it's all these pieces that I'm retaining that I can use. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and go back and have a look and see what we're going to do. Right, this one we are going to stick down, but we're going to stick it so that we can create a pocket. So let's do that quickly. We are going to use, you can use tape or you can use glue. Let's use glue. So this is the folded side, the pocket is going to the outside, so I'm just going to put so that's going to open like so, and we're going to have a pocket. So we've just stuck around the edge, and our pocket entrance is there if we need it. We may not need it, we may come back and decide we're not doing it. Then we're going to stick this down. I do love this spot. And again, if you want to stick down with tape, you're welcome to. Tape, remember tape, you always have the option that you can pick up, and if you don't like it. And I do change my mind as I'm going. My plans kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? my plans kind of take shape as I'm working with the paper. And because I only have one paper pack, it's kind of I've got to be careful with it. So you'll often see I stick with tape or little bits of tape. I'm going to turn this one into a pocket. So I'm just going to miter the corners, so mitering from the score lines out. And then I'm going to use my little miter jig, and I'm just going to miter through that section. If I can find my, yep, miter through the intersection. Like so. So I'm just creating up little pockets that we can have a bit of fun with. To that, I'm just going to eyeball it in place. Hoping that's level. Okay, so we've got our first page, we've got our pockets. We're going to come back and do all the decorations later. We've got our first page. We have got this, and I am thinking I somehow want to incorporate the butterflies. Like I said, we could do that where we have an upside down one and a right way around one. Or we could have something where we've got a bit of the butterfly and a bit of the butterfly. Okay, still not 100% sure of what I want to do there, so I'm going to leave it. This one I know what I want to do, so I am going to stick it. I'm going to use tape. I'm going to tape it to create a pocket. Probably should have used a thinner tape, but you saw my thin tape. It's not looking that great, so this will do. And I'm doing this more with tape than with anything else because of if I want to change it more than anything else. Just want to reinforce this fold. I just want to burnish this fold. Okay, that's going to go there. Let's just fold in our little zips, make our life easy. I'm all about making life easy. So my phone is going, I think it could be my nephew, because I was having issues with the speaker, and now I don't know, the speaker, not the speaker, the sound. Now the sound seems to be working. Okay, so you can see how my brain works. It doesn't quite work normally, but that's just me. It gets like a little bit ADD, jumps all over the place. I'm going to let this probably stick the ones that I know exactly what I'm kind of have in my mind what I'm going to do with them, and then I will come back and do a video of those that I'm not 100% sure of. Okay. Okay, so we've got the double page. Look how pretty that looks. I think that's really pretty. So nice, such a nice background to work on. Right, then we've got the next page, which I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I've taken those two out for it, so let's bypass that. We know what we want to do here, do we? Do we want to do that? Have another double. And that one. Let us do this back one. I'm going to stick this one down. Just adding a few because I'm not turning this into a pocket, so I'm just adding a few strips just to anchor it. Let's pick up and do our zips. You see I do have a system for my zip. I turn this around so you've got one little end open on each side. And then from the top, okay, then pop this one down. Okay, now I can just lift it up. And stick down. And I'm thinking on this side, isn't this colour called chartreuse? I'm thinking on this side that I'm going to finish this video. It's 25 minutes. So I've stuck down everything that I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so that included the front page, front inner cover, and the first page. Then it included the double page layout there, and I think that's it. And the back pages, back page. Now I'm going to sit and puzzle around and think of what I'm going to do and how I'm going to stick the rest, and then I'll start recording again.